close to you recover safely with medically supervised care. Call 1-800-454-HOPE.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Today we have been talking about the Bay Area's disability community. Joining me in the studio right now is Jan Garrett. She is the Executive Director of the Center for Independent Living in Berkeley. And Jan, I'm very familiar with the center. It's been around for a long, long time. So tell folks at home what it is and what you all do.
Well, this is our 35th year of operation. We were founded in 1972.
Amazing.
And yes, and so we were actually founded at the Disabled Students Program at UC Berkeley. And when the students began graduating, they realized that they still needed services, and there was a lot of advocacy to do to make the area more accessible for people with disabilities, and so the center was founded based on that.
And you provide a number of services. I know I've used your center for some resources, as well as one in San Francisco, the ILRC for wheelchairs and that sort of thing, but there's much more to it than that.
Well, yes, we have a lot of contact with people around information and referral, about 40,000 contacts for our center alone, and there are 29 independent living centers in California and over 400 across the nation that are based on our model. But we offer peer support, we offer independent living skills training, advocacy, both systems change and individual advocacy, so many, many different services, and we help people really navigate different bureaucratic systems.
Yeah, and the other thing a lot of people need is attendance too.
Exactly.
People to help them. So
we do help match people with attendants whom they employ to assist them with personal care, home care, those kinds of things.
Have you seen things change since, it started 35, I know you've been there for 8 years, but I know you know the history of it. Have things gotten better for disabled people?
Well, I think they have, and in particular in the Bay Area, there is a lot of awareness, a lot of accessibility. I think in other parts of the country, there's a long way to go, but I think we're making progress, and not only in the U.S., but around the world.
And a number of the employees at the center have disabilities themselves.
Yes.
How much of a difference does that make when you're dealing with clients?
Well, the Center for Independent Living is really based on a peer model. So it is people with disabilities working with and assisting other people with disabilities. And so that makes a big difference when someone comes in to realize that they don't have to explain about their disability, that we already get it.
Yeah, are there misconceptions about the disabled community that you've found that we need to correct?
I think the biggest misconception is that people with disabilities cannot work or, cannot be effective employees. And I know you've talked about that before, but I think that's the biggest myth. And really, attitude is the biggest barrier, I think, to people with disabilities being more in the workforce and getting out of poverty.
And that is so important for them to live independently. We have about 20 seconds left, Jan. What still needs to change very quickly?
I think employers need to have a different attitude about hiring people with disabilities. I think the more people that are on the street and are out there, the more that society will get used to seeing and interacting with people with disabilities, and the more that they're just normal people.
And that's the most important thing, is that people with disabilities are really not disabled intellectually.
That's right.
All right, Jan, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for the work you do.
Thank you, Cheryl.
All right. And to connect